quite extraordinary, really. Morocco 2, Spain 2. Spain coming from behind to get the draw. Iago Aspas getting the equaliser. Meanwhile, it finished Iran 1, Portugal 1. Iran had a chance late on as well to win it, and if they did, it would be them going through, not Portugal. But in the end, it is the two favourites to advance in Group B. This was crazy, Greg, wasn't it?
Well, it is when you think right down to the last couple of minutes that Iran could have won the group.
Yeah.
Iran could have won the group with Spain and Portugal, who are the current European champions. I think it's just typical of this World Cup.
Yeah.
This World Cup has generally not been boring. But there's clearly something's not quite ticking with the Spanish side. Clearly, all the controversy of the coach being sacked on the start of the World Cup, but clearly, and I'm looking at the defence more than anything, clearly defensively, teams are getting a hatful of chances against them, and that's worrying for Spain.
This was kind of 2014 Spain, wasn't it? This is where we saw them crash out of the World Cup last time. They were not very good today at all.
No, and defensively, to Craig's point, the idea that from a throw-in you can go into a 1v1 situation and a clear chance for Morocco, you think to yourself, well, what's going on here? The fact that you can make a very, very strong argument that Gerard Piqué should have been thrown out of this game. He comes in two-footed. I have no idea how VAR doesn't intervene. I don't know how they don't tell the referee, hey, you might want to take a look at this play, because he's lunging, he studs up, he's showing the bottom of his shoes. For me, it's a red card. It's not given. And so then you expect Spain to start playing better. And they get back to the game 1-1, and you think that they're going to create chances. You think that they're going to be the better team, but it just wasn't the case. This was an even match, and one that could have gone either way. And as Morocco, they deserve something out of this game. They hit one off the post. What a great shot that was. Yep. Unfortunate not to score there. Eventually they go up to 1, and it's Spain sort of hanging on, hoping that something happens in the end, and something does happen with a tremendous finish by Iago Aspas. But it shouldn't be this way. Not for Spain, not for this group of players, not for the sort of talent that they have. But they have their issues, and there's no question about that.
What's wrong with them, Shaq?
I just don't think they found their rhythm, or so you would think, or so it would seem. But at the same time, before I go on to criticize Spain, I think we've got to give both Morocco and Iran a lot of credit here. Morocco had absolutely no chance of getting out of the group, yet still both these teams get a point, and it's the absolute least they deserve. There are a couple of contentious red cards that could have gone against European giants, but it didn't. But at the same time, you just wonder if it's a closing of the gap between some of Europe's big boys and some of the others in world football. But at the same time, you expected a whole lot more from Spain. You just wondered, let's keep in mind that Spain didn't get out of the group 4 years ago, if lightning was about to strike twice.
Lots of people complaining about VAR. Don't want to dwell on it too long. It was a lot of decisions in both games. Yeah. We'll get to them, but the PK one was a joke. Unless the laws of the game have changed, you can't two-foot anybody. Sure. It's a straight red, and how you can sit and miss that, I don't know. But it worries me with some of these VAR decisions. It does. I think it does add to the excitement for us sitting at home. I don't think it adds to the excitement for the people sitting in the stadium, because some of it takes too long. But certainly that changed the course of the game, or could have changed the course of the game with Spain down to 10 men, and then also for the fact that Piqué would have been suspended for a good part of the tournament after that. So quite frankly, it was a shocker.
Looking at it just from the footballing point of view, can Spain regroup? Can they get together? Because they weren't very good against Iran, conceded 3 against Portugal, and you could certainly argue we're lucky tonight.
Well, currently at the moment, you've got the Brazilians in fits and starts. Yeah. You've got the Germans that we don't know what German side is going to turn up. I can't even start with Argentina. Sure. England have gone well, but they're unlikely to go all the way. So yeah, they can. There is time. There is still time to regroup and get your basics right, because there are other teams, big countries. If we think about the real big countries who we expect to be at the end, they're all kind of having their issues at the moment. Belgium have looked great, but there's no real experience at the business end of a World Cup for them.
Let's not forget, they did come out of the group in first place.
Yep.
Having said everything that we have said about Spain, having seen individual performances that were underwhelming, in particular, I thought Thiago Alcantara was no good today. I think he's given an opportunity against a team in Morocco that you think you would have time and space. He didn't really impact the game. You put that all behind you if you're Spain. David De Gea, your mistakes, we put that behind us. Gerard Piqué not getting thrown out when you should have, we put that behind us. We're first in the group. So, objective achieved.
Yeah.
It's just not quite the way that you thought it would be.
I thought Morocco were great.
Yeah, they were.
You know, Shaq was
Yeah, they were done and dusted. They had nothing
I mean,
to play for.
nothing to play for. But sometimes you throw out those cliches and that, and those words, you know, pride and desire. But my God, they looked as if a big win. Yeah. If they could have hammered Spain, they looked as if they were still in the competition, could have went to the next stage.
The amazing thing for me is you talk about Morocco and how good they look today. Lost against Iran.
Yeah.
Rather ridiculously after dominating.
Yep.
Iran get a draw against Portugal, didn't have a shot on target up until today, yet could have gotten so much more. If these teams had just come out and played from the very first whistle, maybe, just
but
maybe.
They did, Shaq. They played well against Iran, but Iran got another goal. They played well against Portugal, Morocco. In fact, there's an argument to say they've played as well as the team that are top of the group. But they've either not finished their teams off or they've been done by the own goal, which has cost them, particularly in the first game.